today's video, we'll take you on a peaceful journey through stunning countryside front yard garden ideas. From cozy floral pathways and rustic fences, to wildflower meadows and vintage garden touches, each design captures the beauty and serenity of rural living. Whether you're dreaming of a tiny cottage garden or a lush farmhouse entrance, get ready to be inspired by landscapes that feel timeless, warm, and full of life. Let's explore the simple magic of countryside gardens, where every flower tells a story. Welcome back to the DM8K channel. Take a look at this rural front yard, simple yet colorful. The garden is designed in a patchwork style, like a quilt pattern, where each flower bed has its own charm. The edges of the garden are decorated with old bricks, giving it a classic and warm feel. Inside, vibrant and fresh calendula, aster, and marigold flowers bloom. Though small, the garden has a strong character, making the front yard of this little house feel lively and welcoming. If you like gardens that are not only beautiful but also beneficial to nature, this rural garden can be a great inspiration. Inside there are bee-friendly flowers, butterfly-friendly shrubs, and various aromatic herbs neatly planted along the wooden fence. The atmosphere is natural, peaceful, and full of life. It is perfect for those who want a beautiful garden that also supports the surrounding ecosystem. Imagine the atmosphere of a rural front yard during the rainy season. The path is still wet, with small puddles reflecting the cloudy sky. On the side of the dirt road, roses have just bloomed, their colors bright and beautiful, made even more stunning by the raindrops clinging to their petals. This garden is simple, but it has a warm and serene atmosphere, perfect for those who enjoy tranquility and the scent of wet earth after the rain. The plantation-style garden atmosphere really makes you feel at home. Rows of herbs and leafy vegetables are neatly arranged, giving a fresh and functional impression. The edges of the garden are made of woven willow branches, giving a natural and rustic touch. And look, the ceramic pots are filled with bright nasturtium flowers and fresh mint plants. This garden isn't just visually appealing, it's also incredibly useful for daily kitchen needs. It's like having your own little private garden right in your front yard. The front garden of this rustic brick house looks so neat and calming. The design is simple yet elegant, with circular flower beds arranged symmetrically. The boundaries between areas are marked with natural stones, adding a clean and organized feel. Inside, chrysanthemums bloom beautifully, adding vibrant yet soft colors. And what makes the atmosphere even more classic is the old rustic-style lamp post near the path, as if welcoming anyone who comes, especially as dusk begins to fall. This garden is perfect for those who love a neat yet warm and rustic vibe. Imagine the romantic atmosphere of the front garden. The walls of the house are covered with beautiful ivy vines, while rose bushes bloom along the sides of the yard, fragrant and colorful. Above, vintage-style flower baskets hang gracefully, adding a classic, charming touch. The house's windows are adorned with soft white lace curtains, enhancing the warm, peaceful rural ambience. This garden is not only beautiful but also feels like a piece of an eternal love story. This garden has a truly peaceful and beautifully arranged atmosphere. The flower beds are neatly arranged, colorful yet balanced. The footpaths are made of small stones that curve gently, inviting us to walk slowly and enjoy every corner. Along the edges, low plantings add to the sense of order and natural beauty. In the center of the garden, there is a wooden pergola covered in fragrant honeysuckle vines. It's the perfect spot for reflection, or simply sitting back and enjoying the afternoon. This village park has an atmosphere straight out of a fairy tale. A wooden fence surrounds the yard, and winding dirt paths invite us to explore every corner. Along the path, vibrant foxglove and pansy flowers bloom, adding a cheerful and delicate touch. From the tree branches, wind chimes sway gently, filling the air with a soft, soothing sound. This garden is not just a place, it's like a little world filled with tranquility and wonder. This small garden is simple, but has many benefits. The front area is designed with the concept of edible landscaping, so the ornamental plants are also edible. Mint, basil, and tomatoes are planted in slightly raised wooden beds for neatness and easy maintenance. Surrounding them, nasturtium flowers bloom, adding vibrant colors that bring this small garden to life. This little garden isn't just beautiful, it's also practical, perfect for a rural home that wants to stay green and productive. The entrance to this village garden feels warm and charming. A small path of flat stones leads gently toward the house, flanked by fragrant jasmine and marigold bushes. On either side of the path, old iron garden lanterns add a touch of classic tranquility, as if welcoming us with old stories. The garden seems to greet us with simple yet lasting beauty. front garden of this mountain house is truly designed as a peaceful retreat. Alpine plants grow naturally among large flat rocks that serve as stepping stones leading to the house. The ground is covered with pine mulch, giving off the soothing scent of the forest. This garden doesn't need many ornaments, as it is its simplicity that creates a calm, natural atmosphere that blends in with nature. The front garden of this rural house truly captures the beauty of spring. Tulips and daffodils bloom in vibrant colors, creating a fresh and hopeful atmosphere after the winter has passed. Beside the house stands a classic rainwater barrel, ready to collect fresh water from the roof, simple yet highly functional. The path leading to the front door is slightly muddy, typical after a spring rain, with stepping stones guiding the way. Every element feels natural and unpretentious, giving the impression that the garden grows in harmony with the seasons, not against nature. This rural garden feels like it came straight out of the pages of a storybook. The winding paths are made from crushed shells, gently meandering through expanses of flowers. The most eye-catching feature is the heart-shaped flower beds, unique and full of love. A wooden pergola is adorned with climbing clematis, adding a romantic and natural touch. Every detail feels warm, sweet, and deeply personal. A garden that is not only beautiful but also tells a story. Can you imagine a front porch filled with fresh flowers? Here, sunflowers and cosmos grow tall around the terrace area, creating a cheerful, warm atmosphere typical of the countryside. There is an old wooden staircase that has been transformed into a plant rack, unique and very creative. This kind of atmosphere isn't luxurious, but that's precisely its charm. Warm, simple, and full of life. This garden isn't just beautiful, it also welcomes everyone who comes with a sense of comfort, like coming home. This narrow front yard has been transformed into a functional and beautiful rural garden. Rows of tiered flower beds adorn the sides, creating a neat yet colorful appearance. Climbing beans grow on bamboo poles, thriving and blending in with the traditional atmosphere. Next to it, gardening tools are casually placed beside a water barrel. A relaxed yet lively touch. This is a garden that is just as it is, and that is precisely what makes it so warm and authentic. This front garden may be small, but it is full of life and benefits. In the corner of the yard stands a mini greenhouse, small enough for a narrow garden, but very functional for growing seedlings. And the most striking feature is the vibrant zinnia blooming beautifully near the stone foundation of the house, adding a cheerful touch amidst the natural color palette. This is a practical, aesthetic garden that's perfect for those with limited space, but still want to garden in style. This Japanese-style front garden exudes the tranquil essence of the countryside. Its surface is adorned with patterns of raked gravel, a symbol of balance and the flow of energy. In some corners, small bonsai trees grow elegantly, the result of dedication and patience. A simple bamboo fence frames the garden without disrupting its natural feel, and near the entrance stands a stone lantern that enhances the peaceful atmosphere. This garden is not only beautiful but also invites us to pause for a moment, feel the stillness, and connect with nature.